This week's Torah portion, Tzav, which means command or instruction or connection, all of the above. The theme that we find, we're going to talk about, is the idea of enthusiasm. So one of the things that we're told in this description of the service in the tabernacle, in the temple, is that there should be a fire burning on the altar at all times. And here's how it's worded. A constant fire should be burning on the altar. It should not go out. It should not be extinguished. The word for not, should not, is loy in Hebrew. Means no. Like, what part of no don't you understand? No. No represents everything negative in the world. The do not, the forbidden, that which is wrong, right? It's all part of the no. Everything positive, everything holy, everything good is all part of a yes. So there is the positive and the negative, the yes and the no. So here's how the commentaries understand this statement. Fire obviously represents enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is a sign of life, or a degree of life. So we're being told that in the service of God, you have to have a constant enthusiasm. The fires must be kept going, even when you're not actually capable of performing the service. So even when no service is going on, nothing is happening, the fire should continue to burn. The enthusiasm should not wane. In fact, when you can't do the mitzvah, your enthusiasm becomes even more intense because it has an edge of desperation to it. I want to do it and I can't. Well, that intensifies the enthusiasm, the desire, and so on. So this is necessary in two circumstances. One is when you are a perfect tzaddik, you do everything right. And so your enthusiasm may not seem so necessary. Hey, I got it. I do things right. I'm on the right track. I'm doing it well. I don't need to be more enthusiastic in order to do what I need to do. Either because I'm a saint or because I've gotten into the habit. And it was an effort once, and I needed enthusiasm in the past. But now that I got it into a habit, now I don't need so much enthusiasm. Or the opposite. I'm a lost cause. Forget about me. I'm too far gone. What do you mean I should be enthusiastic about serving God? I'm out. I have failed. I'm excommunicated. I will never be able to do it. And so you want me to be enthusiastic? I'm not even in the game. So here are two ways of reading this sentence. One is, keep the fire and enthusiasm of the altar going at all times, so that the no is extinguished. Instead of do not extinguish, it's extinguish the no. If you're enthusiastic, that enthusiasm will extinguish all the interest and all the desire for things that are no. So it's don't extinguish is actually read extinguish the no. The other is keep the enthusiasm going, keep the enthusiasm burning, because if not, then the no will extinguish the good, the positive. So don't let the bad be extinguished or extinguish the bad. These are two ways of serving God. One is by excluding the evil, and one is by transforming the evil. The person who is doing well, who does everything right, who loses their enthusiasm, may not misbehave because their habits are strong and all their habits are good. They've got their behavior well under control. But without enthusiasm, it starts to fray at the corners. You become a little less scrupulous. Has to happen. But more than that, the enthusiasm is not only to encourage behavior. Enthusiasm in any relationship is not only to make sure that we treat each other well. The enthusiasm is the heart of the relationship. If I do you a favor enthusiastically, we are very good friends. If I do you a favor without enthusiasm, we are casual friends. Huge difference. So even when I have nothing more to do for you, you don't need a favor right now. Should I be enthusiastic about our relationship, about you? The answer is always, because that will consume the no. It will consume whatever negative feelings I might develop, or coldness, indifference. Now, what if I'm completely lost, gone, beyond hope? I am so far from what I need to be that being enthusiastic about God would be ridiculous. No, it's not. Because a relationship is not limited to behavior. Of course, it must express itself in behavior. If I love you very much, but I don't see any reason to do you a favor or to be there for you, well, I don't know what kind of love that is. So, of course, every emotion, every relationship must be expressed in actual doing, in actual performance, and so on, saying all the right words, doing all the right things, and so on. But if the enthusiasm is still there, even though I'm not doing all the right things, then there is hope, and good reason to hope that I will eventually start to do what I know I should do because I'm still enthusiastic about the relationship. Like in marriage counseling, I sit and listen to the serious, painful complaints that a husband has to his wife, or a wife to a husband. And my first question to them is, wow, with all those serious complaints, why do you still want to be married to her or to him? Why are you coming for counseling when things are that bad? Just end it. Call it off. Get away. Run. No, I want to work it out. I love her. For a guy who loves somebody, you sure know how to be critical. But you see, that's the saving element. He wants to be married to her. He is enthusiastic about being with her, even though he hasn't found a way to make it work in actual practice. So the enthusiasm doesn't have to go out just because you don't know how to do it. It's the enthusiasm that brings us to the doing. So keep the enthusiasm going as you practice and learn how to do it. You know, you want to ride a bicycle? You're not going to be good at it at first. So if you fall off a few times, you hurt yourself a few times, should you lose your enthusiasm? On the contrary, enthusiasm will eventually make you good at it. So either way, the Torah says, don't let the fire go out because the no has to be consumed, or because you can't let the no consume you. So if you're into the no, you're doing everything wrong. Don't lose your enthusiasm, because the enthusiasm can help you get back to the yes. And if you're doing everything right, you still have to be enthusiastic, so that the going out of the fire will extinguish only the bad and not the good. That is this week's message, enthusiastic. And we've spoken about this in other contexts. You're supposed to serve God with joy, but that's very elusive and difficult to come by. How do you make yourself happy? Well, the first practical step is put a little more enthusiasm into your service of God, and that will open you up to joy. We have a Sunday night program for VIPs that you might be interested in. It's informal, it's questions and answers, it's conversation. It's really relaxed, it's really pleasant, enjoyable, informative, and kind of community-like. It's a Sunday night program, there's a Wednesday morning program for the VIPs, and there's a Wednesday night program. All of it just conversation, casual, laid back, unscripted. So join us, take a look, click the link below, and see which of the three suits you best, and join us for some enjoyable conversation.